Ready to dive into some serious success secrets.
I am always.
Well, today we're cracking open Napoleon Hill's Law of Success.
Oh, a classic.
It is. And, you shared some excerpts with us.
I did.
And we're going to see if we can extract some pure gold from them.
All right, let's do it.
So Hill spent decades, interviewing these titans of industry, right?
Yeah.
Distilling those principles, those kind of underlying things that make people successful.
Yeah. Timeless wisdom.
Exactly. Timeless wisdom. And we want to see how that applies to you today.
Right.
All right. So jumping right in, Hill's mastermind principle,
Yes.
it's more than just teamwork, right?
It is, yeah.
He was convinced that when you get these brilliant minds together
Yeah.
and they're in harmony,
Yeah.
they create something totally new.
Yeah, this synergy.
It's like a third mind, greater than the sum of its parts.
A third mind. I like that.
Right. And he was convinced that thoughts are a form of energy. And so when these minds come together, it's almost like that energy is blending together.
Right, yeah.
Creating something even more potent.
Fascinating.
So think about Henry Ford,
Okay.
Thomas Edison, Harvey Firestone.
Yeah.
They all achieved this immense success.
Right.
Right. Started with very little capital,
We did.
very little formal education even.
Right.
But they intuitively tapped into this mastermind energy.
Yeah.
And it fueled their success. So that begs the question,
Yeah.
who's in your mastermind?
That's a great question.
Right.
Yeah.
Who pushes you? Who challenges you to think bigger?
Love it.
All right. So what about something as simple as writing down your goals? This is the definite chief aim, as Hill calls it.
Right.
And he wasn't just talking about, a to-do list. This is about identifying your deepest purpose, right?
Oh, okay.
The driving force behind everything you do.
I see.
And it's amazing how many people never actually clarify that.
Really?
Yeah. So Hill studied over 16,000 individuals,
Wow.
a massive sample size.
Huge.
And 95% of those who were deemed failures
Okay.
never even wrote down their definite chief aim.
Wow, so they lacked that clarity.
They were just kind of wandering through life without a compass.
Yeah, no direction.
Right. But he takes it even a step further. He talks about visualization.
Oh,
So literally picturing yourself in your desired state.
interesting.
He claimed that he visualized his dream editor position
Oh, wow.
for 20 years before it happened.
20 years. That's commitment.
Right. So was that just a coincidence or is there something deeper going on?
That's a great question. I mean, is that just wishful thinking?
Yeah, he called it autosuggestion.
Auto-suggestion.
So more than just daydreaming,
Yeah.
it's intentionally planting those seeds in your subconscious.
Okay, but isn't there a risk there?
What do you mean?
I mean, couldn't that become a form of self-delusion?
That's a great point.
Yeah,
It's a fine line
it is.
between empowering yourself and setting yourself up for disappointment.
Right.
And speaking of self-doubt, Hill was big on conquering fears. He even listed these 6 basic fears we'd all face.
Like what?
Poverty, criticism, ill health, loss of love, old age, and death.
Yeah, those are pretty universal.
It's almost like we inherit these fears, don't you think?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it.
Uh,
So much of that comes from our upbringing,
Yeah.
the people around us, the media even.
Absorb it.
We do, often without even realizing it.
And Hill argued that the fear of criticism is the real killer.
Oh.
It stops us dead in our tracks.
Right.
It keeps us playing small.
Yeah, I can see that.
And his antidote, you guessed it, autosuggestion.
Oh, okay.
So imagine a council of wildly successful people
All right.
backing you up.
Yeah, okay.
Visualize them cheering you on,
Interesting.
giving you that boost of confidence.
I like it.
And there's that story about the salesman, right,
Okay, yeah.
who used this technique to close these seemingly impossible deals.
He did.
He visualized success with each client. Wow. He would even repeat affirmations before his meetings.
Really?
Yeah.
So like a mental rehearsal.
Totally. And it makes you wonder, did that mental prep give him an edge?
It speaks volumes about the power of belief.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
If you're convinced you can succeed,
Right.
you're far more likely to put in the effort
Yeah.
to radiate that confidence that attracts success.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Exactly. All right. Shifting gears a little bit
Okay.
to something a bit more practical.
Right.
Saving money.
Ah, yeah.
So Hill had a unique take on this.
Oh, really?
It wasn't about blindly stashing away a certain percentage of your income.
Interesting.
He learned this the hard way through his own financial ups and downs.
I see.
So he was a big believer that consistent saving even if it's small,
Yeah.
is more about building a mindset
Oh, okay.
of abundance and confidence.
So it's not just about the dollar amount.
Exactly.
It's about the habit itself.
It's the habit that transforms you.
Okay, that makes sense.
You know the young inventor, right?
Remind me.
Whose small savings account
Okay, yeah.
became the springboard to launching his own business.
Oh, right.
That speaks to the power of this principle.
It does.
It's not about deprivation.
Yeah.
It's about proving to yourself
Right.
that you're capable of building financial security.
Okay, yeah, I get that.
Okay, let's talk about initiative.
Okay.
Now, Hill believed that a true leader
Yeah.
isn't defined by some fancy title.
Right.
True leaders inspire action in others,
Okay.
no matter their position.
Yeah, I like that.
Think about that young man who landed his dream job simply because he went above and beyond.
He did.
Yeah, exceeding expectations without even being asked.
Wow, so he took initiative?
He didn't wait for instructions.
Right.
He saw a need and filled it.
Nice.
He embodied that proactive spirit that Hill championed.
I see.
And true leadership empowers those around you.
It does, yeah.
It's not about barking orders, right?
Yeah.
It's about inspiring people to want to follow your lead.
They want to follow. Yeah.
So think about your own work. Are you seizing opportunities or are you waiting for someone to tell you what to do?
That's a good question.
And speaking of seizing opportunities,
Yeah.
that ties in beautifully with Hill's emphasis on imagination.
Oh, okay.
He saw it as this tool to solve problems
Okay.
and to innovate.
Right.
We're not just talking about like being artistic here.
No.
It's about recombining ideas, right?
Okay.
Seeing possibilities where others see roadblocks.
Yeah.
The classic example is
Sure.
James J. Hill,
Okay.
who essentially dreamed up the entire Great Northern Railway
Wow.
before laying a single track.
Really?
Yeah, he visualized the routes,
Hmm.
the impact on communities, like everything,
So he mentally built the entire railway.
before it materialized in the physical world.
That's incredible.
And then you've got that persistent fellow
Yeah.
who landed a job with Thomas Edison.
Oh, right. Yeah.
No fancy resume,
Nope.
just relentless enthusiasm and the ability to demonstrate his creative thinking
Day after day.
day after day. So imagine the impact of that kind of dedicated, imaginative energy.
Yeah. Powerful.
And Hill's believed that everyone has this capacity.
Right.
It just needs to be
It
exercised.
needs to be exercised.
So it makes you wonder, what old ideas could you rearrange
Yeah.
to unlock new possibilities?
I like that.
All right, last one for this part of our deep dive.
Okay.
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
And we're not talking about fake pep talks here.
No.
This is about genuine belief in what you do,
Okay.
that contagious energy that draws people in.
Yeah.
It's about letting that passion shine through.
Okay.
And that story about that young woman
Yeah.
who became a successful lecturer by starting with free talks.
Oh, right?
She let people experience her genuine passion before asking for anything in return.
Right.
And Hill himself used this to secure endorsements from all these influential figures.
He did.
He didn't beg, he showed them how supporting his project would directly benefit them.
So he appealed to their self-interest.
That's clever.
That is clever.
Right. So it's about framing your requests in a way that aligns with everyone's goals.
Yeah. Finding that win-win.
Find that win-win scenario.
Yeah.
But the question is, are you approaching your goals with that kind of infectious energy
Okay.
that inspires others?
I see.
Or are you just kind of blending into the background?
Good point.
Yeah, something to think about.
That it is.
Okay, so we've uncovered some pretty powerful principles from Hill's.
We have.
But as we dig deeper,
Yeah.
I think it's important to acknowledge that not all of his ideas have aged gracefully,
That's a good point. Yeah.
especially when we look at some of his views on, gender roles
Right.
and societal expectations. Like some of that stuff feels,
Yeah. Bit outdated.
to say the least,
It does.
like his belief that a woman's primary focus
Yeah.
should be on, creating a supportive home for her husband. Kind of a bit jarring from a modern perspective, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I mean, times have definitely changed.
They have. And then remember that statement
Which one?
that women competing with men in business goes against their nature.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, so we're obviously not endorsing those views today.
No, definitely not.
But is there anything we can salvage?
That's a good question.
Or is it best to just acknowledge the limitations of his era and move on?
Well, I think we have to acknowledge the context,
We do.
but maybe there are some nuggets of wisdom we can reframe.
Okay, I like that.
So, for example, he did stress the importance of cooperation between men and women.
Right.
Not in a hierarchical way,
Okay.
but in terms of each contributing the unique strengths.
I see where you're going.
So if we strip away those outdated assumptions about traditional roles,
Yeah.
that core idea that men and women can be powerful allies,
Right.
each bringing something different to the table.
I mean, that still resonates, right? It aligns with everything we know about diversity and inclusion.
Yeah,
Diverse teams are more innovative, more successful.
they are.
It's not about competition.
No.
It's about valuing different perspectives.
Right. Yes.
Recognizing that everyone has something unique to contribute.
And it's interesting.
Like that.
He actually considered intuition to be a quality more prominent in women,
Oh.
and even suggested that men would do well to learn from those insights.
So he was acknowledging
Yeah.
those qualities often associated with femininity,
Right.
arguing they can benefit everyone.
Exactly. Not just women.
Obviously, we're not trying to sweeping generalizations about gender here.
No, of course not.
But that underlying message,
Yeah.
we can all learn from each other's strengths,
Yes.
regardless of gender.
Absolutely.
I think that's a valuable
I
takeaway.
agree.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit
Okay.
to another sensitive area,
All right.
Hill's views on
Yeah.
race and racial dynamics.
Right.
And to be honest, his perspective just doesn't hold up well at all.
No, it does.
Those ideas about racial purity
Yeah.
and the dangers of mixing races are deeply problematic.
They are. We can't defend those views.
We can and we won't.
Right.
But I'm curious.
Yeah.
Did Hill offer any insights on race that might even be considered slightly progressive for his time?
It's tough to say.
Yeah.
I mean, he certainly didn't champion racial equality in the way we understand it today.
Right.
But there are a few instances where he does acknowledge the accomplishments
Okay.
of individuals from marginalized groups.
So,
For example, he wrote about some successful African-American entrepreneurs,
okay.
but often within a framework that still upholds those racial hierarchies.
It's like he was recognizing talent and achievement
Yeah,
while still operating within a flawed belief system.
right. It's complex.
It is complex, but it's a good reminder that progress isn't always linear.
That's true.
People can hold conflicting views,
They can.
even ones that we find morally reprehensible,
Yeah.
while still acknowledging the contributions of others.
It's about understanding the nuances.
Yeah.
Recognizing that people can be both products of their time
Right.
and agents of change.
It's our responsibility as critical readers
It is.
to engage with those complexities, challenge harmful ideas,
Yes.
and reframe those insights through a lens of inclusivity and equality.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay, we've covered some heavy topics.
Well, yeah.
It's important to acknowledge that Hill's work, like many works from his era,
Yeah.
contains views that are just unacceptable from a modern perspective.
Right.
But let's shift gears a bit.
Okay.
Focus on some of the more positive and enduring aspects of his writing.
All right.
Those ideas about the power of belief,
Yeah.
a positive mental attitude, those still resonate today.
They do. They do.
Think about his emphasis on cultivating a mindset of abundance
Okay.
and gratitude.
Right.
He believed that our thoughts shape our reality.
Powerful stuff.
And, modern research is actually backing that up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with neuroplasticity and,
Yeah.
the power of the subconscious.
Right.
And let's not forget his advocacy for techniques like visualization
Yeah.
and autosuggestion.
Right.
These practices have become mainstream in personal development.
It's amazing how he was tapping into something profound.
Yeah.
Even if he lacked the scientific language to explain it,
He was ahead of his time.
in many ways.
And then that focus on having a definite chief aim,
Okay.
a clear vision.
Right.
He didn't just advocate for goal setting.
Yeah.
He stressed the importance of aligning our actions
Yeah.
with our deepest aspirations.
I like that.
And that ties in perfectly with his principle of persistence.
Oh, okay.
He firmly believed that success rarely happens overnight.
Right. It takes time.
He stressed the need for unwavering commitment,
Yeah.
even in the face of setbacks.
Absolutely.
And he was adamant about learning from our mistakes,
Oh, interesting.
arguing that failure is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone on the path to achievement.
A stepping stone.
He encouraged people to embrace those setbacks,
Yeah.
analyze them,
Right.
and use them as opportunities to learn and grow.
So it's not about avoiding failure.
Right.
It's about learning from it.
Exactly. And I think that message is especially potent today.
Oh, how so?
I mean, we live in this fast-paced world
We do.
where adaptability and resilience are essential.
Yeah, true.
We're constantly facing new challenges, needing to learn new skills,
Yeah.
bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah,
It's this continuous process of growth.
absolutely. So while Hill's work may contain those outdated and problematic views,
Right.
it also offers this wealth of timeless wisdom
It does.
on mindset, goal setting, persistence, learning from failure.
It's about taking the best of his insights,
Right.
reinterpreting them through a modern lens,
Yeah,
and applying them in a way that aligns with our own values and goals.
I couldn't agree more.
Okay, so we've navigated the highlights
We have.
and the shadows of Hill's work.
Right.
We've recognized its enduring wisdom,
Yeah.
and we've acknowledged its historical limitations.
We have.
But there's one more fascinating aspect to Hill's writing that I want to dive into.
Okay, what's that?
His emphasis on the power of the subconscious mind.
Oh, interesting.
This is where Hill's work delves into the realm of what was called New Thought philosophy.
Okay.
It was this spiritual movement that was gaining traction during his time.
Right.
And it's clear these ideas deeply influenced his thinking.
I did.
He often referred to the subconscious mind
Yeah.
as this powerful force
Okay.
that could be harnessed to achieve our goals.
So he believed in the power of the subconscious.
Absolutely. It's like he envisioned this incredible potential within us,
Right.
this force operating behind the scenes,
Yeah.
constantly working, even when we're not consciously aware of it.
I like that.
And he believed that aligning our conscious thoughts and desires with this subconscious power
Yeah.
was essential for success.
So it's about tapping into that hidden potential.
Exactly. And it's almost like we're swimming in this ocean of cosmic energy.
Okay.
And if we learn to ride the waves,
Yeah.
we can achieve incredible things.
I love that analogy.
And Hill believed one of the key principles of this force
Which is...
was the law of attraction.
Oh.
The idea
yeah.
that like attracts like
Right. So our thoughts and beliefs act as magnets,
Exactly.
drawing to us experiences that match our dominant mental state.
So it's similar to the idea that our thoughts create our reality.
Right.
What we focus on expands.
But Hill was applying this principle not just to our individual lives,
Right.
but to the universe as a whole.
He saw everything as interconnected.
Wow.
This vast web of energy
Okay.
where our thoughts and actions ripple outward,
Mm.
impacting the world around us.
So it's not just about personal effort.
Right.
It's about tapping into something larger.
It's about aligning with those universal forces that govern all of creation.
That's pretty mind-blowing.
It is.
And it circles back to one of Hill's core principles,
Which is
the golden rule.
Oh, okay.
He believed this wasn't just an ethical guideline,
Right.
but a manifestation of this cosmic force in action.
So treating others with kindness, respect, generosity. It's not just about being a good person.
It's about aligning ourselves with this natural flow of energy.
Wow, this has been quite a journey.
It has.
We've covered so much ground.
We have.
The mastermind, the power of visualization, the transformative nature of failure,
Right.
and now this concept of cosmic habit force.
Still a lot to take in.
As we wrap up our deep dive into Hill's law of success,
Yeah.
what's the one key takeaway you hope our listener will carry with them?
Well, if I had to distill Hill's entire philosophy into a single sentence,
Okay.
it would be this. Our thoughts are things,
Okay.
and they have the power to shape our reality.
Powerful stuff.
It is.
He believed that by understanding and applying the principles he outlined,
We can all achieve incredible things.
Right.
And live lives filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment.
it's a powerful reminder that we're not passive recipients of fate.
We're not.
We're active creators of our own lives.
Absolutely.
And it's not about following some rigid formula.
Right.
It's about embracing the power of our thoughts,
Yes.
cultivating a positive mindset,
Okay.
and aligning our actions with our deepest aspirations.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
All right, so we've explored some really fascinating concepts from Hill.
We have.
You know, the mastermind, the power of visualization, the
Yeah.
importance of aligning our actions with our deepest desires.
Yeah. Powerful stuff.
It is, but there's one more piece of the puzzle I kind of want to unpack.
Okay.
Hill's concept of cosmic habit force.
Oh, this one's interesting.
This one sounds almost mystical, even for Hill.
It does. It kind of pushes the boundaries.
It's conventional thinking.
So essentially, he proposed that there's this universal force,
Okay.
that this cosmic energy that governs all creation. So like a force of nature.
A force of nature, something much bigger than ourselves.
Okay, I'm listening.
But how does this cosmic energy connect with us
Right.
as individuals?
Yeah, what's the connection?
And what does it have to do with achieving success?
Right.
So Hill believed that we're not separate from this force.
Okay.
We're part of it, intrinsically woven into the fabric of this cosmic energy.
All right.
And here's the fascinating part.
Yeah.
He argued that we can tap into this force,
Oh, wow.
harness its power
Okay.
to achieve extraordinary things.
So it's about aligning ourselves with it.
Aligning our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions
Right.
with the principles of this cosmic habit force.
Interesting. So how do we do that?
It's almost like, imagine we're swimming in this ocean of cosmic energy, right?
Yeah.
And if we learn to ride the waves, we can achieve incredible things.
I like that analogy.
And Hill believed that one of the key principles of this force
Yeah.
is the law of attraction.
Oh.
The idea that attracts.
Right. Familiar concept.
So our thoughts and beliefs, they act as magnets,
Yep.
drawing to us the experiences and opportunities that match our dominant mental state.
So what we focus on expands.
Exactly. But Hill was applying this principle
Yeah.
not just to our individual lives,
Right.
but to the entire universe.
So he saw everything as interconnected.
This vast web of energy
Okay.
where our thoughts and actions ripple outwards,
Right.
impacting the world around us.
So it's all connected.
He argued that if we want to create a more positive and successful life,
Yeah.
we need to align ourselves with this cosmic habit force,
Okay.
embracing those principles of positivity, abundance, harmony.
It's a shift in perspective.
It is. So it's not just about personal effort and willpower.
No.
It's about tapping into something larger than ourselves,
Yeah.
aligning with those universal forces
Right.
that govern all of creation. That's pretty profound.
It is. It really makes you think.
And it circles back to one of Hill's core principles,
Which one?
the Golden Rule.
Oh, okay.
He believed that this principle wasn't just some ethical guideline.
Right.
It was a manifestation of this cosmic habit force in action.
Interesting.
So treating others with kindness, respect, generosity.
Yeah.
It's not just about being a good person.
Okay.
It's about aligning ourselves with the natural flow of this cosmic energy.
I see. So it's about creating that positive ripple effect
Exactly.
that benefits everyone.
Wow, this has been quite a journey.
It has.
We've covered so much ground.
We have, from the mastermind
Yeah.
to visualization.
The transformative nature of failure.
Right.
This concept of cosmic habit force.
It's a lot to process.
It is. And as we wrap up our deep dive into Hill's Law of Success, what's that one key takeaway you hope our listener will carry with them?
If I had to distill Hill's entire philosophy into one sentence, it would be this. Our thoughts are things,
Okay.
and they have the power to shape our reality.
Powerful stuff.
It really is. He believed that by understanding and applying these principles,
Right.
we can all achieve incredible things
Yeah.
and live lives filled with purpose, meaning, and fulfillment.
It's a powerful reminder that we're not just passive recipients of fate.
We're not.
We're active creators of our own lives.
We have the power to choose.
And it's not about following some rigid formula.
Wow.
It's about embracing the power of our thoughts.
Right.
Cultivating a positive mindset.
Yeah.
Aligning our actions with our deepest aspirations.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Well, that's it for our deep dive into the law of success.
It's been a pleasure.
It has. And, we hope this exploration has been insightful,
I hope so.
thought-provoking,
Yeah.
and maybe even a little inspiring.
Inspiring, absolutely.
We encourage you to keep exploring these ideas.
Yes.
Apply what resonates with you.
Right.
And see how these principles can help you unlock your own potential.
Your own unique potential.
Remember, the journey to success is ongoing.
It is.
It's filled with challenges and triumphs.
It's all part of the process.
So embrace the process. Learn from every experience.
Yeah.
And never stop believing in your power to create the life you desire.
Beautifully said.